Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at subordination and coordination on the S.a.t. writing and language section. As always, we're going to be looking through 5 questions. We're going to explain these questions and look at the intricacies of this topic to help you ace the S.a.t. writing section. If you like these videos or find them informative, please be sure to like and subscribe. And with that, let's get started on our first question. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was escorted into Washington, D.C. by an early incarnation of the Secret Service because they had perceived credible threats to his life. Well, this part and this part, they seem to have a dynamic like a cause and effect. Because is a word that illustrates cause and effect. The other words don't illustrate a cause and effect. However, illustrates a conflict, so does despite, and additionally indicates a similarity. We need a cause and effect, and because provides a cause and effect. So our answer is going to be no change. Let's keep going. Contrary to popular expectations, most sugar in the United States does not come from sugarcane, but rather sugar beets make up the majority of the crop instead. Well, here we have a conflict. We have most sugar in the U.S. does not come from sugar beets, rather sugar beets make up the majority of the crop. Right? You have a conflict, which word illustrates a conflict, but illustrates a conflict also, additionally, and furthermore are all similarity, right? Those aren't conflict. So but is our conflict word, and that's our answer. You see how we're going about these questions. We kind of just figure out what the dynamic between the two sentences is. Is it a conflict? Is it a cause and effect? Or is it a similarity? Those are the 3 main groups. And then you subdivide your answer choices into which one of your answer choices are conflict, similarity, or cause and effect, and then you just match them up. So here, although European pears sometimes change color after being harvested, Asian pears do not. Let's see. So although is already the conflict. So there is a conflict here, but although already provides the conflict word, so we don't need another conflict word. Right? So although European pears sometimes change color after being harvested, Asian pears do not. That already works, right? Just taking out the word but and leaving this work since we already have our conflict word, right? And that's our answer. Let's continue. Because Emily Marie had 2 of her wisdom teeth extracted, so she was able to spend the whole day eating ice cream and reading books. Well, we already have the word because here. So we already have a cause and effect. We don't need the word so. So let's just take out the word, and we have, because Emily Marie had 2 of her wisdom teeth extracted, she was able to spend the whole day eating ice cream and reading books. That seems to work. Let's take that and move on to our next question. Many experienced gardeners plant a balance of annuals and perennials. While annuals splash more color across the garden, although perennials last for several seasons, ensuring the landscape retains foliage. Well, while is already our conflict word, so we don't need another conflict word in although, so we can get rid of that. And yet and but also provide conflict, but we don't need that conflict because we already have a while for conflict. So let's try while annuals splash more color across the garden, perennials last for several seasons, ensuring the landscape retains foliage. So that is our answer. So as you can see, in subordination and coordination, we split up the sentences, we figure out the dynamic between the 2 clauses, conflict, similarity, cause and effect. We find if there are already words that describe this dynamic, and if there aren't, we figure out which word would describe that dynamic, and we match to the answer choices. That's it for this topic on subordination and coordination, and I'll see you next time.